Okay, so the first step in the pattern is getting your zipper ready, and if you're gonna use zipper tape, it says to cut your zipper at 14 inches. You want it to be 14 inches exactly because it's gonna fit perfectly. So just make sure that you are making it 14 inches exactly, and I'll put this on this end. Go ahead to our 14-inch mark and cut that. Okay, I went ahead and set my little zipper jig up, and I'm going to install the zipper pull on there. The first thing you want to do is take your zipper pull and face it away from you and slide it onto these little forks right here. And then you want to take the ends of your zipper tape, and you want to try to get them in there about the same time at the same angle, just like that, and slide it on. The good thing is, I've noticed when I get a little lump like that, I just take it to the other end, pop that out, just like that, and there we go. So here is our zipper tape. I will go to the sewing machine and go ahead and put a couple of stitches on each side, just to make sure that I don't accidentally run this zipper pull off. Okay, I'm just going to lower my stitch length and just add a few stitches over this zipper tape, like I said, so I'm not accidentally running my stitches off, or my zipper pull off. Alright, we got it. Go ahead and clip your threads. Okay, so what we're going to do here, and let me move you all again to the cutting table. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to make a zipper sandwich. We're going to take our exterior piece and we're going to lay it on top of our zipper tape. And remember, we want our zipper pull facing the left if you're right-handed. So we're going to put our exterior at the end, then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to put our lining underneath. So it's going to be just like this. Now, because I'm not... There we go. Just like this. So we have our lining on one side and our exterior on the other. We're going to sew this at 1/4 inch seam allowance. Bam! Look at that, guys. I think I got it. I feel like that should be even, but I'm going to run with it. Okay, let's try this side. Exterior on top. Lining on the bottom. Okay, so it's been a couple of days actually since I have recorded any of this bag make, because I got an order and worked on that order. So yeah, and then I done a couple more bummies. But anyways, actually I got 2 orders. But one of them I'm not counting because I spent 2 days on the make, and then the lady's not contacted me back to pay. So I don't know. I don't know about that. But anyways, so we got our strap finished in our last video. And I went ahead and I believe we done our zipper tabs too. So I went ahead and marked my middle of my tape, and I used a pen instead of a marking tool. This zipper is going to be on the round, or what we call, or a curve. So we're going to, she notes in the pattern to make some snips along your zipper. 4 inches from the center on both sides. So 4 inches to the left, 4 inches to the right. I, on the other hand, am going to go ahead and pin it. Nope, I'm going to do exactly what the pattern says, because every time I don't follow the pattern, you know exactly what happens. I spend 3 hours fixing it. So, let's just listen to the professionals. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is mark my center line on my panel piece. And I'm going to go, oh, it looks like I already did that. See? I need to catch myself up because I don't know where we left off on the video. I hope I told you all to mark your centers and all your quarter points. It looks like I've already done that, so that's good. Go ahead and get your zipper and put a couple of snips in it, no bigger than 1/8 of an inch, about 4 inches out from your center. This is going to help to ease it into that round, that curve. Just going to make it a lot easier to work with and to sew with. I get really nervous making these snips just because I always get scared I'm going to miss a part. Okay, I'm just cutting little snips just like this, just really teeny tiny. You might not even be able to see them, they're so small. Just cutting little slits in it. Let's see, where did I leave off at? Right here. Okay, and then I'm going to flip my zipper over and snip the other side. And I'll be back to show you how to put this zipper on our main exterior panel. So go ahead and get your main exterior panel out, and that'll be our next step. Here we are with our main zipper pocket in the front. We are going to put that face down. So we've got the wrong side down and the right side facing up to us. We're going to find the middle on our zipper. And remember, we want the zipper pull to be on the left. So we're going to match up our center point and go ahead and clip that. Flip your zipper over. Again, your zipper pull is going to be on the left, and we're going to match that middle. At this point, you've already got your middles marked, so it should be a lot easier to find. Let me grab some clips. Go ahead and put a clip in there. And then we're going to go ahead and take our zipper tabs, and we're going to bring them down to meet the bottom right here. If it will zoom, if it will not be so fuzzy. Focus. So let me line these up even. And these are going to be even right here. Now, it might be a good idea to go ahead and sew these. I believe that's been done in other videos, that you just go ahead and sew this piece so that you don't have to deal with two pieces flopping around. I have not done that yet, but this is my first time making the bag, so I'm sure there's going to be a nice learning curve. And we all love those, don't we? I think anytime you sew a pattern for the first time, it takes excessively long, or it does for me, just because I'm learning everything. And now I'm really trying my best to learn the patterns by reading through the pattern thoroughly instead of just hurrying up and hunting for a video. So when I first started this sewing, I was always looking at videos and following tutorials, which is what I'm doing now, and they're very helpful. But if I'm ever going to design my own pattern, I really need to focus on how patterns are made and how they explain things. So it's good to know how to read one and just walk through it yourself, and that's really what I'm trying to do. Alright, so if you remember, we have put in those nice little slits. That's going to help to ease this zipper all around. And we're going to clip as we go. Now, it's going to seem like, how is that zipper going to fit there? Just ease it in. Those slits are going to help us. Go around, and we're going to put clips all the way around, just easing that around.
Rainy days don't seem so wet. Stormy nights don't stay. Mad, you're worth the wait. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know.
I'm going to start on the right hand side at the very corner, and we want to go ahead and back stitch. And now take your time here, because you really want to make sure everything's lining up. But remember, as I said, we do have our little slits in the zipper, so that's really going to help us to ease that in. We want to make sure we don't have any puckers. We just want to take our time.
Talk for hours and never slept. We watched the sun as it slowly crept from the
coming in the home stretch. Don't forget to back stitch here. I'm just double checking, making sure everything's lining up. And back stitch. Okay, it doesn't note this in the pattern, but I'm just going to go ahead and baste these bottoms shut so that it's easier. Okay, let's look at that. Isn't that delightful? It's going to be cute. I don't know why, but I just love dark colors. Okay, so let's look at the pattern and see what the next step is. Okay, so we want to go ahead and get our slip pocket. I'm going to grab that. And this is the one for this bag. This is the one for the other. And it says to fold it in half, wrong sides together. So we're going to fold it in half, and I'll check the measurements. Oh, yeah. Alright, and then I turn this over so that I don't give out any measurements of the bag, if you're wondering why. And then we're going to do a top stitch about 1/2 inch down from the folded edge. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to lengthen my stitch to a 4mm stitch length, because that's the stitch I like to use for top stitching. And we're going 1/2 inch, so that's 1/4 inch. And so this is 1/2 inch. We have our zipper lining, and we've got our slip pocket. We've already top stitched it. Now, if you follow Lynn's on Lynn's Handmade, she's actually given us a hack to help to reduce some of the bulk. So take your slip pocket, and you want to measure about 5/8 up from the bottom part and draw you a line. Hopefully you can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. Okay, you want to go ahead and draw you a line, and then line your zipper pocket up with that. Now, I get myself a little nervous right here because I'm scared I'm not going to sew it on straight. So I've added me a pin. I'm going to line my edges up and just put a clip in just to help to make sure I am keeping everything lined up nice and neat. All is well. Okay, lined up. For some reason my pocket looks a little bigger than my lining, so I might have to adjust that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we are going to press this up just like this, and press this really well, and then we can attach our sides. And that's going to help to give us this seam down here to be a lot thinner when we finish it. Alright, so I'm going to head to the ironing board and press this really good, and then come back and I'm going to attach my sides right here. So at this point, we've got our zipper pocket exterior, and we have our lining. Now what we want to do is we want to place our lining face up, just like this. And our zipper's going to be pointing up. We want to take our lining and we're going to lay it right on top. We're going to meet all of our centers. Now, we're not going to meet it with this side of our zipper. We're going to be meeting it with this side, the same side that we sewed our zipper on. So find your center mark, and where's mine? Right here. And you're going to clip. And then you're going to tuck that in, and you're going to find your bottom, and you want to go ahead and clip there. And you want to do the same to the other side. Now, like I said, we are sewing on the same side that we sewed that exterior on. So our zipper is pretty much lined inside. We are only sewing on this side. The same side that we sewed, let's see, right here. The same side that we sewed our exterior on. And we're going to go around and we are going to ease this lining on here. And clip it all the way around. So I'm going to go ahead and get mine clipped up, and then we will head to the sewing machine. We're going to stitch this at a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around. And just like you did with the exterior piece, you want to take your time. It's better to go slow now than to have to unstitch everything. And believe me, I know, because I am the unstitching queen. I literally stitch pick more than I sew. And thank goodness for Abby, because she loves to stitch pick. I don't like it. So she helps me a lot. I've actually got 2 projects over there for her. So that I can move forward. Okay guys, so I'm going to be putting a lot of clips on here because y'all know how I love my clips. And I'm going to ease that in. See how that's not working? So I'm going to ease these all in and make sure it's even. Just be sure to clip your center point first, then clip your bottoms, and then start working your way around these edges, because that's going to ensure that we've got everything lined up correctly in our main points, and then we can ease everything in to work it out. So I'll meet you all back here when it's time to... Okay, as you can see, I've got mine faithfully clipped all the way around. We're going to start over here on this edge, and we are going to do a 1/4 inch stitch all the way, or a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around. A 1/4 inch seam allowance. Now be very careful to feel for that zipper. Make sure you don't clip that zipper in. You definitely don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and back stitch here. Just keeping it lined up at the 1/4 inch seam allowance. Alright. Stick our hand through there. We're going to turn it out. Turn it inside out, and we can check it out and see how we like it. So here is our make. Definitely need to iron that. And I think I might even add some glue just to help that bag tag stay down, because I guess when I pulled on it, it came out, but I definitely don't want that to come up. Alright, we're starting to see what our bag is going to look like. Let's go ahead and pull back. This is what it's going to look like. I'm loving it. I think it's cute. So I'm going to go press this, and then we will come back and do a top stitch. Okay, so right now we are doing a nice long top stitch all around the inner part of the zipper line, just right here. Oh yeah. We got a few little puckers up here, but not bad. Not bad at all. I'm actually okay with that. This one right here, I'm going to have to melt down. But yeah, I was expecting a lot worse than that, just because they were so thick. Alright, so I'm just cutting my threads, cleaning it up. I'm going to go in with the iron and set my seams. I do want to fix where this is on a little jumping. Just want to lay that down nice and neat. It might even be a good idea for this bag to use our hump jumper, because yeah, that's a thick seam for me. That almost feels like what is that goes on the sides? Not binding, but piping in there. It's so thick. I wonder how that could be fixed. Okay. Anyways, thank goodness that's going to be inside, so it's not going to be seen, these little puckers right here. But just take note that that is a pretty thick seam, and I'm loving the outside. I really like it. I think it looks good. So, because my fabric has, it looks kind of sideways. I guess that's just the way that I cut it. So, but yeah, I like it. I absolutely love the colors. Alright, on to our next step.
You're worth the wait. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know. Talk for hours, I never slept. Too soon.